Losing weight isn't just about trying harder. It's about changing your habits, what you're consuming, and putting a plan in place to make sure that it actually happens. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 of the best nutrition hacks/swaps to ensure you find losing weight absolutely easy. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm a Team GB gymnast turned fitness coach, and I help people build a body that they love and confidence to match through my online personal training services and information/content. If you want more hacks like the ones in this video, I've just released my free weight and fat loss protocol. You can get it, first link in the description, absolutely free. These are the things and the tips that I give my clients, the ones that are paying me. You're here for free, mate. You just get them. I give them the best tips, everything they need to lose weight and fat this January. It's going to include absolutely everything worth knowing about weight and fat loss and how to apply it to your life. You can check that out below. These are hacks and swaps that I've used with my clients to help them achieve amazing results. Let's get into it. Firstly, swap calorie-dense foods for higher volume foods. Single-handedly, one of the most efficient tips to help you lose weight is to be eating as much food as you possibly can for as little calories or a little amount of calories as you can. There are foods that contain high amounts of calories and there are foods that contain low amounts of calories. If you can find things that you enjoy that are low calorie and come in a high volume, this is essentially going to enable you to eat more while dieting. People often think, oh, just like eat less and eat less, eat less, eat less. People say that all the time. I say it sometimes, I say just put yourself in a calorie deficit. But you can actually eat more if what you're eating is less calorie. This is going to help you feel fuller on less calories and more food. Exactly what you want if you are looking to lose weight. These foods often contain higher fiber content. Fiber helps slow down your digestion, absorb sugar better, which is going to help you feel fuller for longer, essentially. This could be a meal that is full of cheese, for example, where it's a pasta dish or it's a burger, whatever. You've got lots of cheese in there. You've got lots of things that's going to keep it super high calorie. If you swap that out for something like a lean protein with piece of meat, chicken, whatever, beef, with some vegetables, and even if you're adding some kind of low calorie sauce to that so it's still tasty and edible, because I'm not saying just sit around eating chicken and rice like I did when I was like 16 for 4 years with no sauce because I'm a psychopath. But if you can do that, the amount of food you're going to eat is going to be massive, and because of what it contains and how much volume you're eating, you're going to feel so much fuller for longer, leading to less calorie consumption further down the line in the day and reduced snacking. Win-win. The real truth of dieting is it's not about eating less food, it's about eating smarter foods. Point 2, which is going to make weight loss a non-negotiable, swap lower protein options for high protein options. If you can make a conscious effort to swap those low protein options for high protein options, you will put yourself in a better place to lose weight and body fat. Besides supporting muscle repair and muscle growth for building strength and muscle, protein is one of the most important things. By picking foods higher in protein, you are going to feel fuller for longer. Like when we pick those lower calorie, higher volume foods, protein is going to be dense. It's going to have fewer calories than some of the other food types, and it supports your training as well. Your body's hormones respond to protein and all sorts of complex things, but it essentially tells you to stop eating or consuming foods. It slows down the rate at which you absorb sugar, which is going to lead you to feeling fuller for longer rather than just that instant gratification and 10 minutes down the line you're hungry or you're craving a snack again. This is because it slows down the absorption of sugar and stabilizes your blood sugar levels, reducing spikes. Those spikes are where you would be craving or going for a snack after you've just eaten some of these less higher protein foods, high sugary foods, fatty foods. This is what you want to try to avoid as possible. Also, your body actually uses more calories to digest protein. Little fun fact for you than the other food groups. You don't need to know all the fancy stuff. That's not your job. You need to know it supports your body when you're training hard with muscle growth and repair. It is going to help you feel fuller for longer, and it's going to delay that hunger or onset of hunger. Keep it simple. Try and pick the higher protein options. Can you have a higher protein breakfast? Can you include some eggs, some yogurts in there instead of the sugary stuff? Can you just swap protein bits into your current meals rather than maybe substituting some of the carbs? I'm not saying cut out all the carbs. Your body needs them. We need to function. However, swapping 20, 30% of your carbs, I don't know what your current intake is, for protein could make a massive difference to your body, your health, and your weight loss and fat loss. Even if you're snacking, I'm not saying protein bars and protein shakes are not full of sugar and all these things, but there's always higher protein options in snacking you can pick. Maybe pick one of them over some crisps or some chocolate. I tend to find the convenience things that we have in the world are often the ones that are lowest in protein. So just be vigilant, double check things, look at the calories, get to know what you are consuming. Now, this next swap can save you hundreds, maybe thousands of calories per week without even touching your food. Liquid calories are hands down one of the easiest way to accidentally overconsume your calories. Are you someone, or do you know someone who just drinks a ton of these? These high calorie drinks are not going to fill you up the same way that food can. One of the biggest things that I see when I'm working with someone is people who overconsume liquid calories. I'll be honest with you here, it might not be a sugary drink. Yeah, I went through a phase of absolutely over-consuming lattes. Yeah, and I had to move on. I had to move away, had to break up with lattes, and I had to start a new relationship with flat whites. But I've seen people that will consume 400 or 500 extra calories a day in fizzy drinks. Now, personally, I just think that Coke Zero tastes like 10 times better, but that's me. So this can has got 139 calories in it. Whereas you could have a diet option or a zero option, and this has got 1 calorie in it. And no, before anyone starts, Coke Zero is not going to give you cancer. That's a video for another day. What I'm saying here is you need to do a food and nutrition audit. And I want you to look at your liquid calories. Track your food, your calories, everything. Don't forget the coffees or the drinks. Track them, and I guarantee it will surprise you, or for most of you, it'll surprise you at where you're over consuming. I do this all the time, and I'm a coach. I forget something, I miss something out, and even when I look at maybe the drinks I'm consuming, I'm surprised at actually how much extra there is there. And it's not effective. You are not consuming an effective diet or meal plan or nutrition plan, lifestyle habits, whatever you want to call it, if you are drinking lots of high calorie sugary drinks. And I actually think that diet drinks or sugar-free drinks are one of the biggest weight and fat loss hacks there is out there. Do it. You'll be surprised, promise. I actually think for what you lose in the higher calorie drinks and what you gain, they can be so similar. I think it's worth it, but as always, it's down to you to decide. Check your sugary energy drinks, check your sugary fruit juices, check your coffees, lattes, milky drinks, check everything. The fourth and final point that's going to help you lose weight by hacking into your lifestyle is to avoid/limit snacking. Snacking is not a problem. Mindless, unplanned snacking can be. Snacking often happens out of boredom, not feeling satiated, so not feeling full enough, probably because of that low protein intake. When you're grazing and you're picking different foods and whatever, it can make it really hard to track, but ultimately to stay in that calorie deficit, which is where we all know you need to be if you want to lose weight and fat. Structured meals can reduce the decisions you have to make. They reduce, it's like you're treating yourself like you're a child. You're giving yourself a packed lunch. You're saying, right, I know what I'm having. I'm not gonna have to get to lunchtime after a hard meeting, after a hard day at work, and just pick then. Because we all know, if you go shopping when you're hungry, you buy loads of things that you don't need, are unhealthy, and aren't the best things you do. You go shopping when you're full. That is an absolute cheat code. People often think that having less meals leads to less calories. This is not always the case. The person at the top has 2 meals per day and is snacking in and out, a coffee here, a coffee there, snacking, whatever. But they only have 2 meals because they're trying to limit their calories. Their total is coming in at 2,250 calories. And yes, I've made this up. And the person at the bottom is actually having more meals. They're having 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, tea, whatever you want to call it. They're having 3 meals, and they've even got room for a couple of extra snacks, whether it's a coffee, whatever you want, whether it's a little treat, little chocolate bar. They've got room for it, and they're consuming 2,000 calories. I see people all the time, and I've done this myself, that go, I'm not eating breakfast because I'm going to keep my calories really low. Then they've had 3 coffees, 2 chocolate bars, a bag of crisps, and it's not even lunchtime yet. If you're snacking all day, the fix isn't usually eat less. It's eat better meals. And if you are snacking, just think about what you're consuming. Try to keep it high protein and as low calorie as possible. These Snickers, if you eat it all, contain 412 calories. Whereas if you can have this new limited edition grenade bar that I got, look at that, it looks good, doesn't it? Cream egg flavor. That alone is 172 calories. If you do that 5 times a week, you're gonna have a massive calorie saving. For more tips on weight and fat loss and hacks to help your lifestyle become easy as possible and help you lose weight and body fat, first link in the description. And if you want to find out more about hiring me as your coach to help you for the rest of January and 2026, the second link is gonna tell you everything you need to know. Give it a click, check it out, and I bet it's cheaper than you thought. YouTube's gonna suggest a video if you enjoyed this one that it thinks you should watch. So I would listen to YouTube if I was you. Thanks for watching.